Greed always starts small. You are never happy with what you have. Soon you want what others have. Then you want more and more, until lies, abuse, and corruption take over. In the end, greed doesn't give life, it steals it. But there is a better way: freedom through generosity. This is the 7 levels of greed. We start with the darkest stage, where greed controls you completely. You measure every choice by gain, relationships, morals, and prayer becomes small and weak. There is a detail that can break this control later. You skip family dinner to chase one more deal. You betray a friend for a bonus. You sign a corrupt paper and call it normal. One night, your spouse opens the email with the hidden accounts. A small doubt rises in you and will not leave. Luke 12:15 says, "Life does not consist in the abundance of possessions." You feel the truth, but you ignore it. The feeling does not go away. Success grows, but emptiness grows faster. Friends stop calling, and partners start fearing you. You lose your sense of self without the chase. Then your doctor says the stress has harmed your heart. You sit alone in a quiet house at night. Your child will not visit, and your spouse sleeps in another room. Your faith feels dead, and nothing tastes sweet. You whisper, "This is not life," and you finally pause. But then a new path appears as you stop running. You admit your need and surrender your will to God. Matthew 6:24 states that you cannot serve God and money. You breathe and ask for mercy with clear words. Hope begins to grow, but the first test comes fast. Start with truth. Tell everything to one trusted person and accept the cost. Return what you took, if you can, and make repairs where you harmed people. Set limits that protect you. A simple budget, regular giving, and 1 day of rest each week. Choose service that gives no profit, and spend time with your family daily. You will see what wealth really means. Remember this: greed promises gain but delivers ruin. True wealth cannot be bought. It comes through surrender and love lived out in daily choices. I watched a leader come clean, repay what he owed, and rebuild trust. He still runs a company, but greed no longer controls his choices. He prays with his children, works with honesty, and sleeps in peace. Choose your path now. Confess, return, and surrender while you still can. But before greed enslaves completely, it begins by exploiting others. This is exploitation, where results matter more than people made in God's image. There is a hidden cost you do not see yet, and it will surface. You delay wages while praising hustle and calling it tough love. You set targets that force overtime without pay, then smile at the numbers. You flatter to gain control, or you threaten because you can. Little by little, people become contracts, not neighbors you know. But a simple truth breaks through the noise. The ends do not justify the means when the means are people. Genesis 1:27 says God made people in his image. If that is true, profit without honor is not progress at all. When you treat people as tools, trust leaves fast, and fear fills the room. Workers shut down, and communities fray, even while your accounts rise. Soon, you rely on pressure, not loyalty, and you must press harder. In 1 quarter, profits tripled while injury reports doubled, and no one spoke. Then the consequences arrive at once, and you cannot escape them. Injustice spreads until it touches every deal, every home meal, every friendship. You see eyes go cold when you walk in, even at your table. A friend you underpaid passes you in silence, and the silence follows you. But then you stop and look again. Every person is sacred, and using them harms them and also you. Real power serves, it does not force. There is a better path that rebuilds trust and still sustains results. Start with pay, because money shows value fast. Set fair rates and pay on time. Stop hidden pressure. Ask for consent. Give clear choices, and honor a no. Use your power to help, not to corner. Share credit. Share information. Share wins. If you took unfairly, confess, repay, and repair. Call, write, and show up. Here is the line you must remember. When people become means, you have already lost the end. If you lose the end, success turns empty and small. Keep the person in view, and the goal stays right. The scriptures warn about this plainly. James 5:4 records unpaid wages crying out, "Choose a different story today. Set one fair policy, and make one wrong right. Tell someone you lead that you will not use them, and prove it this week." But long before greed exploits others, it twists our own honesty. You can win by twisting the rules. You can also lose yourself doing it. Dishonest gain looks smart in the moment, but the cost hides in you. Stay, because in a moment you will see where it starts and how to stop it. It often begins with small moves you can excuse. You add a little to your hours because you worked off the clock. You return a used item and say it was never opened. You sell with half-truths and push the parts they cannot check. You whisper, "If I do not take it, someone else will." That sentence sounds clever, but it hides a trap. It turns you into the person who takes, not the person who builds. It keeps you hungry, even after you get more. Proverbs 10:2 says, "Ill-gotten treasures have no lasting value." Once you start, your lines get soft. Small lies feel normal, and the team copies you. Trust thins out, and your own words carry less weight. Then the auditor calls with one number that freezes the room. You still hit the goal, and the title sits on your desk. But nights are long, and your mind will not rest. A friend stops calling, and your partner speaks less at dinner. Your child asks if you were honest today, and you have no words. But then you stop and face the truth. Integrity lasts longer than any short win. You can change course even when your steps feel heavy. The first move is hard, but it brings clean air. Start by naming the wrong and who it touched, and do it in plain words. Go to them, say what you did, and return what you took. Set clear rules for yourself, and invite one trusted person to check your choices. Here is the edge you cannot avoid. What is gained dishonestly will never satisfy. It may thrill for a moment, then it asks for more. Integrity brings peace that money cannot buy. I saw a manager confess a hidden discount scheme, repay the loss, and lose a bonus. 1 year later, his team trusted him, and he slept well again. Do one clean act today. Correct a number, cancel a false claim, tell the truth. But dishonesty is only the outgrowth of an obsession with accumulation. You keep reaching for more, believing it will calm the restless place. But each win fades fast, and the hunger returns stronger. Greed shifts from a passing thought to an endless cycle of taking more. Today, you will see why it happens and how to break it. Daily life starts to orbit around gain. You stay late at work, chase every bonus, and watch the numbers at night. You buy storage bins, keep old boxes, and post your latest upgrade for likes. One evening, your child whispers that you never play anymore. That whisper cracks the story you tell yourself. You said, "If I get this one thing, I will finally be happy." Yet after each purchase or praise, the joy lasts only minutes. A quiet thought forms. Maybe more is not the answer at all. Pressure climbs, and it shows on your face and in your home. Sleep is short, health dips, and small problems feel huge. Your partner grows distant, and friends stop calling because you cancel often. By the end of that quarter, your doctor writes severe burnout on your chart. You now have what you chased, but you feel nothing inside. The room is packed, the calendar is full, and your smile is thin. Ecclesiastes 5:10 says, "Whoever loves money never has enough." A small word returns to your mind. Enough. Then the turn begins with one honest choice. You say, "I will practice contentment, even if my feelings resist." You slow down, notice what you already have, and breathe before you buy. You cancel one deal, and feel relief stronger than the win. Start small so the shift can last. Set a clear end to your workday. Close the laptop, and walk away. Choose a simple budget for wants. Wait 30 days before new purchases, and give one item away daily. Each night, name 3 good things you already have, and thank God for them. Soon, the room feels lighter, and you sense peace trying to return. Here is the edge you cannot ignore. The more you chase, the emptier you become. Contentment breaks the cycle because you stop feeding the hunger, keep chasing, and something you love will be the next cost. I watched a friend cut 2 evenings of overtime and give away 100 items. Within a month, his sleep improved, his laughter returned, and his family drew closer. Studies link heavy focus on money with lower happiness and weaker relationships. Choose one act of contentment today, and keep it tomorrow and the day after. But before greed obsesses over things, it first compares with others. You think you chase success, but you chase someone else's life instead. Greed gets stronger when you measure your days against their wins. This is the trap of comparison and envy, and it removes your peace fast. There is a clean way out that most people miss, and we will open it soon. You scroll and see vacations, promotions, and shiny updates. Your chest tightens, and your joy falls. At work, a teammate gets praise, and you feel smaller. You notice the neighbor's new car, so you mow twice and smile less. Here is the crack in the story you tell yourself. Getting what they have will not calm you, it will only raise the bar again. James 3:16 says, "Where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there is disorder." Over time, you judge your worth by others, not by truth. You start counting likes, titles, and house size as your value. Joy turns weak, and friendships feel tense. One evening at dinner, a child asked a quiet question that froze the table. The words were simple and sharp. She said she could not remember you being happy for them. Silence filled the room, and you felt empty inside. Life looked like a list of missing things, and you felt small. But there is a different road, and it begins very small. You practice gratitude for what you have, not what you lack. Slowly, your eyes learn to see gifts again. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, "Give thanks in all circumstances." The shift sounds simple, yet it changes more than you expect. Start your morning by writing 3 true things you are thankful for today. When envy rises, speak a blessing for that person by name, and mean it. Limit the scroll that sparks envy, and put your phone away during meals. Celebrate each small win in your own life with a note, a call, or a quiet prayer. Comparison kills contentment. It does not help you. It hurts your peace and makes you miss good things. Choose gratitude, and calm begins to return. I saw this change in a friend who kept a daily gratitude card. Within weeks, his mood steadied, his envy eased, and his home felt warmer. Studies show gratitude practices raise well-being and lower stress for many people. Take one step today, and write one thankful line before you sleep, and comparison grows from the restless seed of discontentment. Greed rarely starts with taking. It starts with not being satisfied. You look at what God gave and feel it is not enough. This thought has a name: discontentment. I saw it clearly one day in a checkout line, and what happened next surprised me. You say, "If only," when a friend gets something new. You scroll and plan the next upgrade before the box arrives. You complain about small flaws and forget real gifts already in your hands. Stores shape your desires, and ads teach you to feel behind. In your drawer, one receipt tells the truth. Here is the first break in your thinking. More cannot fix a restless heart. Ecclesiastes 5:10 says, "Whoever loves money never has enough." This truth makes you doubt your old path. The reason peace keeps slipping will soon come into view. As wants grow, peace shrinks, and blessings fade from sight. You miss time with people because you chase more hours to buy more. In one survey, many people felt poorer after a raise. Debt climbs, joy falls, and your mind never rests. Then a bill arrives with a charge you did not expect. Your shelves hold many things, but you cannot enjoy them. Food tastes fine, but your body stays tense. Sleep comes late, because your mind plans the next purchase. Even prayer feels thin, because you only ask for more. In that tired space, one new habit waits for your yes. But then you try gratitude. You thank God for one small thing already in your hands. Scripture says, "Give thanks in all circumstances." Point 1. Thessalonians 5.18. It feels simple, but it shifts your attention from lack to gifts. You will test it in one painful place first. Each morning, write 3 gifts you already have and why they matter. When you want to buy, wait 30 days and talk to God about it. Walk through your home and thank God for what you own. Share one item with someone who needs it, and notice your desire ease. One small test will reveal whether greed still drives you. Without gratitude, nothing is enough. With gratitude, simple things feel rich. You do not chase more. You see more. Greed weakens when thanks becomes your daily habit. Choose now, because the next desire arrives soon. I watched a friend who always upgraded his phone, car, and clothes. He started naming 3 gifts each night, and his restlessness began to fade. After 1 month, he canceled a big purchase and finally slept well. Start tonight. Write 3 thanks, tell God aloud, and cancel 1 planned buy. But greed's end is not despair. Desire itself can be redeemed. I have heard this line: giving means losing. The truth is different. Generosity does not take from you. It frees you. This is about living ready to give, trusting God, and sharing freely. One small moment showed me how this shift changes everything. Most people live in quiet fear about money. You check your balance often and delay giving again and again. You say, "I will give when I feel safe," but that day keeps moving. When someone asks for help, your chest tightens and your eyes drop. But a crack appears in that belief. The more you keep for yourself, the less peace you feel. One simple gift to a neighbor brought you calm for a whole week. Inside an old envelope, a short note made you stop and think. Greed grows when it goes unchallenged, and it touches every part of life. It strains trust at home and makes friends feel used. You lose sleep over money you do not even enjoy. Last winter, a respected father hid a second account, and the discovery led to separation. Then comes the bottom. You sit in a quiet room, and nothing feels secure. You own many things, yet you do not feel joy. The fear of not having enough controls your day. But there is a better way, and it begins with a clear truth. Acts 20.35 states, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Giving does not mean losing. It means trusting God with your needs and stepping into freedom. Start small and steady. Set a simple percent to give first from every paycheck, and keep it consistent. Do one secret act each week, like paying for a meal or sending a gift card, and tell no one. When fear rises, take a slow breath. Say aloud, "I have enough for today," and give anyway. Here is the sharp edge. Giving does not weaken you. Greed does. You do not lose when you give. You gain freedom and a lasting reward from God. I have seen this change lives. I saw a business owner give first and forgive a debt, and a single mother share half her pantry, and both found joy again. The envelope I mentioned held 3 words that stayed with me. Thank you. Decide your gift today and act on it. Greed consumes, but generosity multiplies life.